This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Scott versus Bisnauth. You all are engaged and have been together for 10 years, but your wedding plans are on hold until you find out whether or not Mr. Bisnauth is cheating. Please tell me why you've initiated this case.
I am here today because I do not believe that David has been faithful. I believe that he has been lying to me, that he has been cheating, and even though he says that he isn't, I know that he is. We have 2 kids together. We've been engaged since 2014, but I refuse to wear the ring until I know that he's being true, that what we have is real.
So you are here for answers, and you feel so firmly that he's not being truthful with you that you are not even wearing your engagement ring.
Right.
You just have it. Where do you have it? Where do you keep it?
I don't know. It's been that long. I would have to go dig it out.
Wow. Wow.
Mr. Bisnauth, because of what she's accusing you of, she doesn't even wear her ring, doesn't even know where it is. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel not good at all. It's been, we first met each other and it was love at first sight. I try to prove myself time after time after time. Besides coming here, I offered to go pay for a lie detector test on my own so I could get this out of the way, because it's holding our love and us moving forward in our future.
All right.
Miss Scott, why do you think he's cheating?
Well, one, when it comes to him working for a rideshare company, on a regular, he'll get dressed normally. He's going to be driving all day. He'll be comfortable, and he'll go to work, which is fine. But this particular day, he got all dressed up, fancy, blinged out to drive. I was trying to reach out to him, trying to call him. He was not answering. The one time he actually picked up his phone, he's like all excited and hyped, like, yeah, it's lit in Saratoga. I'm so busy, I can't talk to you. I have to call you back.
Wow.
I didn't speak to him for the rest of that night. He didn't come to the house that night.
So he was busy driving?
Right, he was working.
And what's wrong with him looking nice for his job? I mean...
There's nothing wrong with it. It just seemed out of character. Is it okay if I show you when I did see him the next day? I like to show you over here on the screen.
Step over to the monitor, please.
So I go through his phone. Finally, he comes. I ask him where he was, and he just said he was at his mom's, but I didn't believe him. So I went to his maps on his phone to see if I could see where he was. There was no history. There was no location. The location was disabled. He wasn't there.
So he told you where he was, but you didn't believe him?
No.
Because it's been disabled.
Right, and 1, why is it disabled? And 2, so I further investigated, he was working, so I went to the Drive app, and I went to go see how much money he made, the rides in Saratoga, and there was $0 and 0
And that was the
cents.
day he said he was working all day, right?
Yeah, there were no trips, there was no money made that day. So that's another thing that was like, what's that about?
No money, no trips, no time online, no toll, no nothing. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yes.
And this is the same day, Mr. Cutler, that he was dressed and blinged out.
But he never went to work.
Can I explain what happened that day?
Please.
Mr. Bisnauth.
All right. So that particular day, we got into a heated argument. And it came to a point where she started putting some of my clothes in the bag. So I said I was going to leave because our arguments always get heated.
Why do you have 0 and you told her you were working? That's what I want to know.
She kept calling me after you just told me to leave the house and don't come back. So instead of coming back or answer the phone and make more problems, I told her I was actually working, that I'm in Saratoga, because there's time that she just showed up out of nowhere at where I'm at. And I didn't want no confrontation.
And that's why I have doubt and trust issues and concerns.
This doesn't make any sense. She put you out.
It's not the first time.
Well, and I probably not, but she puts you out.
Yes.
And you say, I'm at work, so why lie?
Well,
if she's that good, you might as well just...
To avoid a heated argument, because that day that argument was heated, and it was all about I'm being accused of cheating once again. So this is like a nonstop, every day, every week thing for me. She doesn't understand how much she means to me. She was like the first woman, because my last ex...
Okay, wait. You get ready to drag me down a rabbit hole I'm not really interested in, because what you told me doesn't make sense. So Where else do you believe he's cheating?
Well, I have another one. We're sitting in the dining room, in the house, phone's ringing. He's not answering the phone. That's not like him. He would normally answer. So I get curious. I'm like, so why are you not answering your phone? Oh, it's just my family member. And I'm like, okay. And but it was like several phone calls. So
From that family member?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Can you see the name on the phone?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And is that a family member's name?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But when I go to call the number back, lo and behold, there's a female on the other end, and it is not his family member.
Okay,
And
that was
the
my
family
next
member-
question.
The family member was a male. It was a male's number, but then when I pick up on the other end, it's a female. Naturally, I'm like, well, who are you? And she's like, well, he reached out to me. He was trying to get in contact with me. They were talking about they were supposed to meet up in New York City, but that never happened. All those plans went through. She said she was married. She had a husband.
She's telling you all this?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense was when I look through the call log and I see that they've spoke several times, even sometimes at length. If she's married and has a husband, why are you guys chit-chatting? What possibly could you be talking about?
What did you say to him?
Well, he said it was from before when we were split up. But we're together, and it's recent phone calls, so it can't be when you were.
That's not true.
Okay.
Right, so, Mr. Bisnauth,
All right,
let's take this in chunks. I want to stay right here with. You had a phone number saved in your phone.
Yep.
With a male family member's name.
Yes.
But the number of a woman who's not a family member.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay. Who is this woman to you?
All right,
and what kind of
so-
relationship did you have with her?
This girl's a friend from a while back in my childhood. So what happened, at the time we were separated, I had put something on social media that I can't believe I'm being accused of cheating every day of my life, blah, blah, blah. So she actually gave me her phone number on social media, and I called her. I haven't seen her in over 20-something years, haven't heard from her.
Mr. Bisnauth, you're taking me the long way. Why did you put it in your phone under the name of a family member?
All right,
Male
so
family member.
At the time we were separated, and I didn't want her to know, and that I was talking with her.
Okay, thank you.
I did talk
that
to
was
her.
the short answer. You were talking to her, and you didn't want her to know, right?
And she tried to convince me to come down to New York City, visit her, but I never did.
So why else do you think he's cheating?
While putting away the laundry, I came across a shirt that had another female's name on it. And I'm asking him, whose shirt is this? Where did this shirt come from?
Because you didn't recognize it.
No.
It wasn't your shirt.
No.
And this is in with his laundry.
Yes.
Okay, so, she confronts you about it, and what do you say?
So what happened was, my family member went and did laundry. So as she's putting the clothes away, she comes across his shirt, and right off the rip starts saying, oh, this is the girl you're messing with. This is the girl you're...
Whose shirt was it?
I don't know.
All right, so you're saying a family member messed up, put somebody else's shirt in your laundry that got mixed up?
The shirt has nothing to do with me.
All right, that's one story.
So, Ms. Scott, let me ask you this. If you find out he is cheating, what does that mean for your relationship?
I'm upset. It's not fair, and I shouldn't have to go through this because this has been going on too long. It's been a lot of back and forth. It's been no, I didn't, yes, you did, no, I didn't, yes, I did, and I just need an answer today.
You have a decade into this relationship.
Yes.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
Mr. Bisnauth.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, your relationship is at stake.
Yes, it is.
Because she says she can't continue this way. She has to be able to trust you 24/7.
I totally understand, and I want her to know that I love her and I've never cheated on her, and I don't have nothing to hide. So, like, at the end of this whole thing, when it comes out that I am telling the truth the whole time, it's like I don't know what to do with the pain now that I've suffered all these years of everyday accusations and all this cheating.
So you're saying you're in pain with all these accusations?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
So you need the pain to stop. You need the accusations to stop.
Especially the point when she was first pregnant with my first son. She offered just to have my kid. It was like, I don't know. It just changed everything, my perspective on life and everything. And for her to think that, after I explained to her how much everything meant to me, it still hurts up to this point.
Well,
you came here to get some answers, and we're going to help you find those answers. This court has done a full and a complete investigation. At this time, the court will call certified cyber expert Gus Dimitrelis and certified polygraph examiner Dave Lawrence to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort the gentleman in.
Gentlemen.
Got two.
Good day, gentlemen. How are you all?
It's fine, Your Honor. How are you?
Your Honor.
It's good to see you.
You too.
Mr. Dimitrelis, would you state your credentials, please, for the court?
I'm a certified cyber expert and retired Secret Service agent serving under 2 presidential administrations in the area of technical security and electronic crimes.
Now, tell us what you did to investigate this case.
I conducted a thorough forensic examination on Mr. Bisnauth's cell phone. The examination recovers pictures, videos, chats, internet history, even if they're deleted. In this case, I was specifically asked to look for any evidence of cheating by Mr. Bisnauth.
So did you find any communication related to cheating?
I did, Your Honor.
What did you find?
Mr. Bisnauth was communicating with unknown women using Facebook Messenger, Snapchat, texting apps, which we call burner apps.
Was there anything that you found that was of interest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me about that.
Mr. Bisnauth was receiving graphic pictures from women, usually by his request,
Okay.
and specifically on his phone, I located 4 pictures of the same woman, a scantily clad blonde woman.
She'll tell you where they came from. It has nothing to do with me. She'll go on like dating websites in my name and try to talk to people.
No.
She'll go on my Facebook. And it's funny he brought that up because
If
we were just
anything,
talking
that
about
one
this.
was me investigating, going through his phone. I searched the number that kept calling that he was calling, and it came up to that female. And it was an escort service, and then it was her pictures for her profile.
So it was the same blonde woman 4 times.
There's a
And
problem with
okay,
that.
wait. Hold on.
Yep.
Before you tell me what the problem is, I got a question.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you contacted an escort service?
No. That number, one of my family member in our household had this number. So after 90 days, the number changed. Once she accused me of saying that was an escort service, I called the number, and it's a 12-year-old kid on the other line. And he said he only had the number for a week. So I was explaining to her that this number was being recycled all the time. The information he has is right. I have nothing to lie about.
Okay. So, but you still maintain you're not cheating?
I'm not a cheater.
All right. Well, this court did a further investigation, and Mr. Lawrence, you conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Bisnauth. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Mr. Lawrence, you asked Mr. Bisnauth, during your relationship with Miss Scott, other than when you were on a break, did you have sexual intercourse with any woman other than Miss Scott? What was his response to that question?
He said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
Miss Scott, you're standing there, the tears running down your face. What do those tears represent?
Part of me wanted to believe
Yeah, we need to take that back over.
that I was wrong.
I'm done. Get
Don't
me
be
outta
done
here.
now. Don't give up now.
That's crap. Straight up.
Ron, can you check and see if Mr. Bisnauth will come back?
Yes, Sean.
So I'm just disappointed.
Because there was a flicker of hope, just a flicker of hope that what you had been feeling and experiencing wasn't true,
Right,
that he wouldn't do that.
right.
All right, I would like to say something. I want to apologize for walking out, but I would like to take that test over right now, again, because that is impossible. I've never, ever been with any other woman or talked to anyone as she was telling you. I've never done it. I'm willing to take that test right now, right here. And when we were doing the test, he kept telling me that I'm controlling my breathing. Like, I breathe heavy.
Oh, is that true? Was there a conversation about his deep breathing?
We had that conversation several times, Your Honor. Controlled breathing is considered one of the countermeasures of polygraph.
And what is a countermeasure?
When somebody's trying to purposely distort the charts.
He probably Googled it and figured out what he could do.
And so when you told him not to
Google
do that, you were trying to make sure that he wasn't interfering with the results of the polygraph. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
I don't have anything to say.
No, I don't even have. I'm done. Thank you. I'm going to catch my flight and go home.
You've been together for a year and a half. You've talked marriage and kids. But this relationship is not going anywhere, Miss John, until you determine whether Miss Napoleon has been cheating. Is that right?
Correct.
Ms. John, tell us why you've opened this case today.
Okay, Jaleisha sleeps with her phone, Your Honor, eats with it. She even shower with the phone.
I do not
All
always
times of the night,
keep my
she
phone.
keep it on solid. I even
Joyce,
found a naked
really?
picture in her phone, yes.
So you think it's something going on with somebody else and she doesn't want you to find out about it?
Correct.
I'm young. I like to keep my phone on me.
Even when you shower?
So, Ms. Napoleon, what are you here to show?
That I'm not cheating on her. She's just paranoid, insecure, but it's all her fault.
It's nothing you're doing that would fuel that.
No, ma'am.
Like keeping the phone with you at all times. She can't see it, she can't hear it, she don't know about it. That wouldn't make her paranoid.
It probably would, but
Well, I noticed there's a 12-year age difference between you two. How did you meet?
My ex of 9 years and her were real good buddies, gambling buddies.
Okay.
And we split. I made a post single, ready to mingle. So she inboxed me.
I
we
went in
started
and took my
chatting.
shot, and I scored,
We
and I
exchanged
scored.
Hold on, Mr.
numbers,
Napoleon.
And we started conversating, and a little after we started dating.
And this is where you come in, Mr. Napoleon. Tell me about seeing that post. What'd you do?
I got happy when I saw the post.
So what were you attracted to about her?
She's beautiful.
She is?
She's a very independent woman.
Okay.
And that's very attractive. So I like that about her.
All right, and what about you, Miss John? What was it about Mr. Napoleon? You're like, let me talk to her.
I like dreads.
Okay.
So that attracted me instantly when I saw it. And then it's like she knew what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. You know, just gave me butterflies every time we talked. So
So, Miss John, how do we go from butterflies to being here? What were the warning signs that led you here?
I found some panties in my car one day.
I don't know nothing about them panties.
How did that happen?
We share a vehicle, so one day she used the vehicle all day. The next day, I had it running errands or whatsoever, and I was driving and I dropped my phone. So
Okay.
as I reached under the seat to grab my phone, I felt something soft as if it was a towel or something. So as I grabbed my phone, I grabbed it and it was panties.
So do you have those panties with you?
Yes, I actually have them here. And as you can see, they're small, Jaleisha.
You submitted an exhibit to the court. Can you step over to the plasma about it?
Ma'am.
All right. So those are the panties you
I
just
found.
showed us.
And this is mine.
Yeah.
All of this fits in there. All of this, no way could fit in here.
And I presume that you don't know anybody that left their panties in your car.
Correct, no one.
Mr. Napoleon?
Yes,
You say
ma'am.
you don't know anything about these panties.
No, ma'am.
How did these panties get in your car? You can step back over. Thank you.
I think it got in there from either us going washing. They probably felt. It's probably for one of the kids, cause Yana, I like my women thick. I mean, I'm not saying I have a problem with a small waist, but if I had to choose, I prefer thick. So I don't know how those panties get.
So you're saying the body that would fit in those wouldn't even be on your
Oh no.
what is attraction template?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I knew what you were
If
going to say.
I'm a cheat, I'm gonna make sure I do a clean sweep. No panties wouldn't have been in there.
So if you gonna do it, you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
And this would not be right because
Oh,
she
no.
had found them in the car.
But if it was from laundry, they're up under the seat, not just like they fell out.
And you know, Cutler, we have heard in other cases where folks will leave evidence of their presence just to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you may not have had sex in the car with somebody, but are you seeing somebody who would have left some underwear that size?
No, I'm not.
Uh-huh. What other warning signs do you have?
Okay, we barely have sex. Pretty much no sex at all.
Huh?
And one evening, I made her favorite meal. I slipped on something sexy, thinking in my head, hey, we about to get it in. Jaleisha lays in the bed, turn the TV on, and turn her back to me and tell me she's tired.
So, Ms. John, are you saying that she is not being sexual or she's not being sexual anymore?
Anymore.
I wasn't even sexual at the beginning, so I don't know.
Well, she was having sex with somebody.
Who looked a lot like you with dreads?
It was me, but she always started. It was never.
Okay, but she started now, and she's not getting
And I'm not into it. I don't want it.
So if you don't want it, then what do you want? I mean,
I just want to go to sleep.
every night, Jaleisha? Every night?
Yes.
Well, Ms. John, what other evidence do you have that makes you believe that Miss Napoleon is cheating?
I found a naked picture in her phone.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Okay, one evening I was in the kitchen cooking. She was in her bedroom. She came into the kitchen to get something to drink. She accidentally left the phone on the counter unlocked, something she never does. So I felt the opportunity, hey, let me go and get it while I can, because she always have the phone on her. So as I begin going through the phone, text messages and pictures, I see a naked picture in her phone. I questioned her about it, of course, and she says it's old. But
it was an old picture. It was an old picture.
It was dated a week prior, Your Honor, to me looking at it.
And a naked picture of who?
You want to know why? My ex, and you want to know what? We had a threesome with my ex. That's why she feel like that.
Oh.
Okay. Let's look at that for a minute. So the picture was in your phone. You admit that?
Yes.
Okay. You say it was an old picture. She says it was from a week prior to her finding it.
Nah, it was an old picture, but what happened was I accidentally forwarded it to myself.
Who
and I was
forwarded a picture to themselves?
You accidentally forwarded an old picture of your ex to yourself.
I don't see why it's a problem if I'm not communicating with my ex. Why does it matter if I have a naked picture in my phone?
Why keep an old naked picture?
You really don't see that as
You
an
don't
issue.
see that as a problem. Because you have a picture that was dated a week
pictures of
before
me in your phone.
in your phone of your ex. That's why.
But it wasn't a problem when we had a threesome with her, though?
As a matter of fact, that kind of makes it worse. If it was just an ex, somebody in the past, then she might be able to think, well, that's just somebody in the past. It just happens to be there. But if you all had an ongoing sexual relationship involving this ex, and you now have a naked picture of that ex in your phone, then she's thinking, well, maybe that's who you really want to be with.
Right.
And in fact,
that's where the problem comes in.
And in fact, she may think, and this is what she is thinking, not only you doing it with her and you, but there may be a time when it's just you and this ex.
The ex, and not her. Ms. John, have you found anything else that makes you believe that Mr. Napoleon is cheating?
Yes, one evening I came home late from work. I called her to tell her I was coming home late from work. She said she was gonna be home. So when I got home, she wasn't there. I called her phone, she didn't answer. So I go in the room and I look up and I see our sex toy sitting on the dresser.
You know I had to go.
And I looked around, the bed was messy and unfixed. And Jaleisha know I do not like my bed unfixed. She know this for a fact. And then the toy just sitting on the dresser, you know, we usually keep that in the closet hidden.
And it's a toy that you and she use together.
Correct. And I even have evidence.
Ron, would you grab that for us, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So you usually make your bed up each morning?
Each morning.
And because you like to come home and your bed's nice
and if I don't make it before I leave, she knows to make sure by the time I get home,
the reason why the bed was messed up, I was in the middle of cleaning up and I had to make a run. Somebody called me and I had to move quick. So I left the toy out, I left the bed messed up, and I had to leave.
That's understandable for the bed to be still messed up because you had to run out, but why was the toy sitting on the dresser?
How you know I wasn't trying to surprise you?
How?
Well, because you
just said you're not really sexual.
Right.
So.
And then she always started.
But I probably wanted to be sexual that day.
That one day. And that's her concern, that you wanted to be sexual that day, and that you were, because the bed was messed up and the toy was left on the dresser from you being with somebody else.
Mr. Cutler, I think we have enough testimony. We have that Miss John found a naked photo of Miss Napoleon's ex in her phone. She believes that she had sex with a woman in her car because she found a pair of panties that were size small that she can't fit. She doesn't want to have sex anymore. And even she admits that she doesn't want to have sex anymore.
Ms. John says that Miss Napoleon has been very secretive with her phone.
And that's when you found the picture of the ex.
Yes.
And because she's secretive with the phone and all these other things, you're like, okay, something's going on.
Something.
Nothing.
If it comes out that, in fact, Miss Napoleon is cheating, she's done. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I leave this courtroom a single woman.
Well, to find out what's going on, this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call digital forensic consultant Patrick Seward to determine Is she cheating? Please escort Mr. Stewart in.
Pleasure to see you.
Good day, sir. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Well, good. The court ordered Ms. Napoleon to submit her phone for examination. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you performed this examination on her phone?
Yes. I conducted a full forensic examination of Ms. Napoleon's phone, and that included web history, apps, text messaging, photos, and videos, and we recovered a lot of deleted items as well.
Did you find anything in Ms. Napoleon's phone that led you to believe that she might be hiding something?
Oh, yes, I did. I was able to recover about 4,000 text messages from Ms. Napoleon's phone. Out of those 4,000 text messages, there was one text message string between Ms. Napoleon and a woman that she was flirting with. And I have a sample of those here.
Okay.
So Ms. Napoleon writes, what's up? I'm an old girl that was in the club. I kept looking at you last night because I saw something I liked.
I seen you looking.
We got to start spending some more time. I'm serious. I'm going to show you I want you.
I'm willing to let you show me.
And you found these in Ms. Napoleon's phone?
I did.
And these were the beginning of several that you talked about?
There were actually about 6,000 text messages in this thread going back and forth over a period of several months.
Okay.
So were these messages innocent or provocative?
They were very provocative. There were, in fact, some pictures that were sent to and from Ms. Napoleon and the person involved in the text message string, and I have samples of those as well.
Okay.
Okay.
These are pictures of the other woman.
Completely nude. And then we have a very, very close-up picture of this woman's breasts. Ms. Napoleon?
Yes, sir.
Who is this other woman sending you naked pictures of herself?
And who you say, I'm going to show you I want you.
That was a young lady I met at the club one night.
All right. It seems like you want to be sexual with her.
And single too?
Have you been with this woman?
Not sexually.
Well, how have you been with her?
Like, I went over to her place and we went out to eat.
So you dated her
Yeah, I dated her.
while you were with Ms. John?
Yes.
And nothing sexual happened with this woman?
Nothing.
You didn't kiss her? You didn't do anything with her?
No.
Well, how were you going to show her that you wanted her?
I was just going to show her how she's supposed to be treated.
By hiding and sleeping on top of your phone.
A phone?
texting
My
females,
phone, really?
telling them you want to be with them. You're going to treat them right. You're not even treat me right, for that matter. How you going to treat them right?
Well, to further investigate this matter, we had you subjected to a polygraph examination. At this time, the court would like to call licensed private investigator and polygraph examiner Kendall Shull. Ron, would you escort him in?
Kendall Shull.
How are you, Mr. Shull?
Great, Your Honor. Thank you. How are you?
We're good, thank you.
Ms. Napoleon was asked, the panties that Ms. Johns found under the seat in the car, were they from a woman with whom you had physical sexual contact? What was her response to that question?
She said no, Your Honor.
Ms. Napoleon, you look really, really nervous right now.
I'm not nervous.
Okay, here's the deal. He can tell your story, you can tell your story. Do you want to tell your story or do you want him to tell it?
I want him to tell it.
All right, I'm good with that. What was her response, Mr. Shull?
She said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being...
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor.
I want no apology. I want no apology.
You asked Miss Napoleon, since the start of your relationship with Miss John, have you had physical sexual contact with any other woman that Miss John does not know about? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
On this question, she also was truthful.
You see that? It's just you.
Well, Mr. Cutler, even I get surprised now and again.
Ms. John,
I apologize for accusing you of cheating.
All right, I accept your apology.
Mr. Napoleon, you know what? I'm glad that you haven't stepped out physically, but I'm not gonna let you off the hook that easily because you got 6,000 provocative texts. You got pictures that you've exchanged with this person, and you went on dates with this person. What do you want to do at this point with this relationship?
I think I want to take a break from it and give her time to, be young and figure out if she want to be with me or with whoever she's texting and sending and receiving pictures from.
After church, one of the ministers come up to me and say, ask your husband to stop calling my daughter phone after 10 o'clock at night. I said, what?
I've tried to do everything right, and it's like it didn't work. Like the fiery darts was able to penetrate.
One of my co-workers pulled me to the side one day.
Oh, my God.
She's a stripper, mind you. And she say, your husband asked me to do a private dance for.
That's a lie. She was saying that the club that she was working at wasn't finished being remodeled or whatever. I said, well, maybe you need to do some private dances. She's a stripper.
No, I'm just trying to get my arms around an ordained minister telling a stripper, make some extra money, private dancing.
If it comes back that he's cheating, you're done.
I'm done. I'm done.
What were your initial findings?
When Mr. Collins came into the room, he had an emotional breakdown.
Wow.
What did you conclude regarding infidelity during your marriage?
He gave me no signs of deception. And so overall, I believe that Mr. Collins is being truthful, and he has not cheated on his wife since they've been married.
Mr. Collins was faithful during the marriage, but has the couple worked past their trust issues? They sent us this update.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Cutler. How are you guys doing? It was great to be in you guys' courtroom. Since then, my wife has begun to listen to me a little bit more. But on the other hand, I did learn. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. And I want to thank you for that. Now I have one problem, and that problem is she has yet to take her test. And there's a lot of questions I want to answer too.
Well, it sounds like they still have some work to do before they can fully trust one another.
I'll say, and that reminds me of another case where a man didn't even trust his wife to cook him dinner.
Ever since she lost 100 pounds, she started dressing provocatively, sneaking out at night, and putting stuff in my food. Pork chops, I'm taking a nap. When I get out of work, chicken, I'm taking a nap.
He's tired.
It got to be saltpeter.
You believe that she put saltpeter in the food to take your libido down?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that all you have?
I see negligee laying all on the couch and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, she's in the bathroom taking selfies. To this day, I'm still waiting on those pictures.
Is this the maid outfit?
Yeah, that's a maid outfit. Did you send these pictures to another man?
No, I did not. But I also buy stuff for him so I can sing.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at him, he's sexy, oh my God. Why would I want to cheat on somebody that looks like that, really? I'm from New York, and I have never seen a black cowboy before, and he had on a cowboy hat.
If you find out she is cheating, the marriage is over.
25 years has gone down the drain.
Gone down the drain.
You look a little nervous. Are you nervous? I'm just upset about it, so it's just bothering me.
Have you had sexual intercourse with any man other than Mr. Williams? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor.
I told you.
So did this Texas couple get back in the saddle? They can tell you better than we can.
Howdy, y'all.
How y'all doing?
This is Tasha and Anthony from Texas sending y'all Texas size update. As you can see, me and Anthony are still together.
And she let me decide to be the man of the family sometime. Because I got a cowgirl.
From now on, we decided we're gonna go on date nights and go on trips. We've been together for 25 years and we hope to be together 25 more, just like the Cutlers.
I'm glad they put the past behind them. And you know date night always puts a smile on my face.
But in this next case, a date night led to marriage and mistrust, and they ended up right here.
Huh.
She was on the sofa like this.
All right.
She's naked. I walk in.
And what does she do?
She covers herself up and closes the laptop.
So what do you think she's doing?
She said she was taking the modeling pictures, so she left the room. I opened up the laptop, and it wasn't the camera background. It was actually a video chat background.
And so you believe she was having a video chat with another man?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, I was nude on the couch taking pictures. When you apply to a modeling job, you have to submit candid photos of yourself so that they can see what you look like to get hired for the paying job.
Was Miss Lebeau building her modeling career, or was she laying down a career as a video chat vixen?
I can't call it. Stay tuned for an update on the Lebeaus and more cases of marriage mayhem when Couples Court continues.
Welcome back. We're in the midst of another special update episode of Couples Court. Today, we're taking a look back at cases with couples who have entered one of the most challenging partnerships there is, marriage.
Before the break, Miss Lebeau's husband accused her of using her modeling career as a cover to cheat. But was he right?
If she's cheating today, I have to just move on. It's make it or break it.
Since you have been married, have you had physical sexual contact with anyone other than your husband?
No.
Your Honor, the voice analysis determined that she was being deceptive.
We got together at a bar, so he can't really say anything.
So, KC, did the couple work through Miss Lebeau's infidelity? Here's Mr. Lebeau with the answer.
Well, when we got back home, we decided that, it just wasn't fair for both of us just to keep going. But we have been doing counseling. We're still best friends. I mean, let's face it, we have an amazing child together. Hopefully someday in the future, we can, reconcile and get our stuff back together for our son because he deserves it. Maybe someday we'll have a better update for y'all.
I'm sorry to hear that the Lebeaus couldn't work it out, but it's great that they sought counseling and are working together for their son.
I'm all for that, Mr. Cutler. But this next case really touched my heart.
He, like I said, he doesn't come home at days, weeks at a time. I mean, and blaming me for him not being able to go pro or complete his football dream.
You work hard all your life for this. You plan your step all the way up. I mean, I work extra hard. I work harder than anybody else on the field. I felt like it went to waste.
I'm tired. I'm tired of the stress. I'm tired of my kids asking me where their dad is. It's hard on me to just sit here and pay all the bills.
I'm sorry, baby, you know that.
Miss Pruitt was worried that her former college football player husband had become a star player with other women.
Miss Pruitt was heartbroken, but was her husband really scoring with other women?
We'll bring you the answer in more cases of marriage mayhem when Couples Court continues.
Welcome back to a special update edition of Couples Court, Marriage Mayhem. I'll be the first to tell you that having a successful marriage takes work.
Yes, it does, but it's worth it. Before the break, a couple was on the brink of divorce after starting their family in college.
Mr. Caitlin's dreams of playing professional football were crushed, and his wife suspected his suspicious behavior meant that he was cheating.
When I was pulling up the text messages and the social media page, it had naked pictures back and forth, both of them.
She's sending naked pictures to your husband, and he's sending naked pictures back to her?
Yes.
And you know him?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Cutler.
Listen, it's just nothing like that. She's a friend of another friend. That's how we met, okay?
Okay, what? Wait a minute, It don't matter how you met. The question
naked
is,
pictures,
why?
I have no idea what that is.
But you know your husband naked. I know him naked.
I saved the pictures. And when he pulled up in that van, his clothes was outside, and I was waiting for him.
During your 10-year relationship, have you ever had physical sexual contact with anyone other than your wife? What was his response?
Mr. Catlin made an admission. He said yes.
Tell your wife what you need to tell her.
I was going through things at the time. I wanted to center her attention on me. You know what I'm saying? So I went and found it somewhere else.
When he was gone, I wasn't cheating. I worked my butt off for my family.
I applaud Mr. Catlin for finally owning up to his mistakes.
Yeah.
But has he changed his ways? His wife sent us this update.
Me and Marcus, it wasn't going to work out. We decided to just part our ways. I think that's best for me and my kids. I've learned I deserve better. So I thank you for everything you did for me, and I appreciate you.
Mr. Cutler, it's unfortunate that Ms. Pruitt and Mr. Catlin could not work it out, but I hope they continue to co-parent peacefully and be a positive example for their children.
Up next, the Wanlands were more than just partners in life. Like us, they were also partners at work. However, when money went missing, their work relationship went out the window, and Mayhem took over their marriage.
I was going in our office to pay bills, and money was missing, like $200 here, $300 there. There's no explanation for this money.
So what do you think he was doing with the money?
I guess he was, I don't know if he was paying for somebody's apartment. I don't know if he was buying her jewelry. I don't know what he was doing.
No, money was not missing. I've never cheated on her. I gotta pay a server's tips at the end of the night. I gotta pay them in cash.
He was standing at the door, and a pretty young girl came walking around the corner and just
I didn't think
walked
she was
up
that
to him.
pretty, Your Honor.
And you think, okay, there's something going on right
It looked
there.
like she was there to either say, look, either me or her, or, you know, whatever. And then she said, well, I'm here, I want to talk to the owner.
The girl that approached was wearing a white shirt and black pants, which in New Orleans means you're a server. And so when she came up, I correctly assumed, I said, are you looking for a job? And she's like, yeah.
Did she actually come to work at the restaurant?
No, she did not.
Okay, all right, well, that was a good choice.
You asked Mr. Wanland, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your wife, Cheryl, in the 4 years you have been married? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, the lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
I was so happy Mr. Wanland was telling the truth, but was it enough to repair their marriage? Let's see what they have to say about their current situation.
Hey y'all, just providing a little update for you guys. It's all gravy, baby, here in New Orleans. Being fully exonerated by the head of the FBI Polygraph Department, I guess I couldn't have been cleared by a higher source except God himself. So I'm really grateful for you guys and for what y'all do.
Y'all just have a blast every day at y'all's job, and that was really an example to us, and we hope we can be that example to other people. So thank you for helping us get there.
Thank you. That was so sweet. We appreciate it, and we are wishing you much happiness and much success.
Well, in any partnership, there are rules of engagement. Rule number 1 for this next couple should have been, do not have sex with another man in a car in front of your house.
What?
I go downstairs, I knock on the car, and that's when I find my wife cheating with another guy.
Wow.
I was blatantly, really, deliberately disrespecting him. Like, I'm not even gonna lie or try to cover it up. And that's the only way he paid attention to me.
I have concerns if my daughter is mine. I need to sleep at night. I need answers.
So when he took you back, what kind of promises did you make to him?
I promised him I would never sleep with nobody else.
Miss Dixon was asked, when you returned home wearing no panties, did you have sexual intercourse with another man? What was Miss Dixon's response?
She said no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
The polygraph determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's only one. Thank you. That's only one.
I can't believe Miss Dixon was telling the truth. I have to admit, I was utterly surprised.
I agree, but that wasn't our last question. Catch the conclusion of this outrageous case and an update on where the two are now when Couples Court returns. Stay tuned.
We're back for the conclusion of this special episode of Couples Court. Today, we're taking a look back at couples whose nuptial agreements may have become null and void after leaving our courtroom.
The union between Mr. Hunt and Ms. Dixon dissolved into chaos after he caught her in a car in front of their home having sex with another man.
Too much. The trust was gone out of their marriage, and Mr. Hunt also wanted to know if the other man could have fathered his wife's baby. Let's go to the results.
Ms. Dixon was asked, other than the one time you admitted to cheating during your marriage, have you had physical sexual contact with any man other than your husband? What was her response?
She said no, Your Honor.
Lie. What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being deceptive, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ms. Dixon.
Ms. Dixon.
You have something you want to share?
I haven't did anything.
Well, the results indicate you were being deceptive when you answered that.
Okay,
Are you being deceptive now?
No, I'm not.
We can lead you to the water, but we can't make you drink it.
Ms. Dixon was asked, could your youngest daughter be fathered by someone other than your husband?
Your Honor, Miss Dixon made it an admission, and she said yes.
Mr. Hunt was crushed, but did he try once again to forgive and forget? Let's take a look.
And my plans for the future, our future, is to grow closer as a family, to grow closer in our marriage, and to just move forward. And I would like to thank the Cutlers.
Thank you, Cutlers.
Thank you, guys.